Michael is fresh on my mind, and I have a
Okay.
lot of stuff I could talk
good.
about when
Okay.
it comes to it. So
Good.
it could be a long episode on one movie.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it then.
Roll the intro.
Yeah. Welcome back to Sips of Cinema, the podcast where we talk all things cinema and sip on a drink. And today we're sipping on yet again some more tea. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the Michael biopic, which came out by the time you're seeing this, it came out, was it 2 weeks ago or last week? Let's see. I think it was April 24th.
I think it was two. I think it's
Yeah, it was April
been 2
24th.
weeks. Yeah, I think it's been 2 weeks.
Has it been April? No, April 24th.
Or no.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
this
I'm
last
sorry.
Friday.
You saw it.
Oh
2
yeah,
weeks
I
ago.
saw it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
By the time this is out, I saw
no.
it 3 weeks ago, and I was in Germany.
We saw it. What was it? Yeah, no, just this past weekend, like the day before. So it was Thursday, like the 21st or the 23rd or something like that.
Yeah, I think we saw it on. I think we saw it on the Thursday. Anyways, I'm your host, Cameron. This is my co-host, my brother, Chandler.
Hello.
But yeah, let's get into Michael. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Well, just our general thoughts of the movie, a potential sequel, and less about like the excitement of a potential sequel, but more or less about like all the stuff that they could put into the sequel and how it can be a drastically different film than this biopic that we have right now. And we'll also talk about what was the other thing we were going to talk about? We are going to talk
Just
about
anything,
thoughts.
Michael. Just like our thoughts on the whole situation.
The whole situation, all the drama. Because I'm not afraid of getting into it.
No, I'm not
even though
either.
it's a controversial topic, I'm not afraid to get into it. But yeah, so we both liked it. So like I said, I saw it in Germany. So when I first saw it, it was almost like, oh my gosh, my shirt is like not cleaning my glasses well. When I saw it, I had like the best crowd. It was like almost like seeing an Avengers film.
Yeah.
Like I thought we were going to get that when we saw it at home, but we didn't really. And I was kind of surprised.
We did get a couple people
scenes.
dancing. Like there were a couple people that were dancing in the end credits as people were leaving.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And I could hear a couple people like singing along to some of the songs, but nothing like rage worthy. I saw a lot of TikToks about people that had similar experience to you.
That was
and
basically
how,
like when I was in Germany. That was how it like was when people were watching this film. When it was opening, what was the song that they were playing? When it was like the Universal opening, it was like I think it started with his and then it went into his.
It did a bunch of his sound effects.
It went into one of his songs. I'm blanking on it right now, but like they were freaking out, and it was electric. So I'm glad that I got to see it a second time, because although on the second rewatch I did get to see a little bit more of its faults, and it kind of was a little bit distracting. I'll get more into those faults. I'm definitely not on the side of people that are just so overly just like, oh, it's a biopic. It's not a good film. It's just not a good film. Like, no, I don't think that. I think it's still a good movie. And I think that as far as biopics go, I think that it's definitely one of the most biopics, in my opinion. I think it follows all of those tropes. There is one trope throughout this whole movie that I just kept like kind of getting distracted every single time someone would say it, because it's so overdone. But when someone's like, I knew you were special before you were even born, or I knew you were always special. Like, and even though realistically that might be something that a mom or someone would say to their kid, I felt like it kept coming up. And although, and the thing about that is, I think we as an audience know that. Like I feel like we as an audience, when Michael Jackson was around and doing all this stuff, everyone knew that Michael was different. I feel like the movie having to tell us that every like 30 minutes was just a little bit overdone and was a little bit cheesy, and kind of took away from it. But not just that line, but just some other things, kind of like how they got Michael Myers to Mike Myers to play the role of the manager that got him onto, what was it? It was MTV. Was it MTV?
Yeah, MTV.
Which was a cool scene, but also just he was also in Bohemian Rhapsody as like a very similar role of a manager. Except in that movie, it was a manager that was kind of like a dick and a douchebag. About how, because him being in that movie made sense, because Mike Myers was in Wayne's World.
Mhm.
And in that movie, they pretty much, I'm not going to say they popularized Bohemian Rhapsody, but they definitely brought a new
Audience.
wave of a generation to that song.
Yeah.
So I thought that's why, and I'm pretty sure that's why they put him in that movie, because the character was ironic, because he had like, no one's like, Bohemian Rhapsody will never be that song, because it was 7 minutes and no one ever heard of a 7-minute song. So his cameo in that movie made a little bit of sense and was just kind of a little bit silly and goofy, and I don't think it fit into Michael. I'm just glad they didn't go in the route of making him just kind of a throwaway character. He actually had a little bit more of an important part. Anyways, before I start getting too deep, because I want to hear your thoughts, because I know you really loved it. I just wanted to get my couple thoughts on about, and I'll get more into them as the video goes on. But let's hear what you had to think about the movie, because I know you edited my video, so you've gotten a lot into Michael lore. So
first off, go check that out if you haven't. I spent a lot of time editing the intro. So.
Yep. Kodak_Cameron on YouTube. Go check the video out. Great editor, great video maker.
I love the movie. Anybody who thinks that it's a bad movie is just wrong. Like, regardless of what you feel about Michael or anything, like, if you have a distaste for Michael, you should, first off, whatever. I'm not going to tell you on that opinion, because, like we said earlier, it is controversial.
It's controversial. So, I don't care. I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to, like, you need to also agree with me that Michael's innocent. I'm not going to say that, but I'm also not going to be afraid of being like, Michael's innocent. He didn't do any of this.
But all I'm saying is, like, I'm not going to try to sway your opinion on that. But, like, first off, if you don't like Michael, you probably won't go see the movie anyway. Anybody who has seen the movie, I'm sorry, I don't believe your opinion in that it's bad. Like, as a movie, I think it was really well done.
Yeah.
People were complaining that Jafar shouldn't have been casted.
Oh, what?
Like,
no.
I've seen a couple
just
people
that
are
obsessed with, like, that nepotism idea.
Well, I mean, sure, but
which,
like no, there were people
100%. Like,
there were people that compared him to, I can't remember who the other guy. Maybe it was the person that, isn't there like a live Michael performance, like a like a Broadway musical thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was them that they were comparing him to, but they were like comparing Jafar and the person that plays Michael in like the Broadway performance or whatever. And it's like, I don't understand why that's even a question.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Because like, first off, in a play or in like in a Broadway sense, they're going to be overly dramatic on certain things. They're going to do things, and the makeup and all this. You're seeing it
from a distance, so they got to like change, things from a distance.
I don't know. I mean, I also saw a couple comments on the video that you posted for the like, could he win an Oscar? Like your first overall review of him, of the movie. People, and there's at least one person that was in your comments that was like, Oscar worthy. Come on, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Now, people are just so afraid of saying that because it's his first performance ever. And
has there been anybody else that's won an Oscar off of their first performance ever?
Oh, yeah.
Then who the fuck cares?
But like, people are just so like, he's Michael Jackson's nephew. That's one reason why people are being so like over the top about his performance. Oh, it's like it's his first performance ever, so people are just so. But like, no, he seriously gives an outstanding performance, and it's not only the performance; it's the dedication that he put into the role. Yeah, because he was at our screening of it, so we got to listen to him talk about his journey about it. Because before he when this movie had been an idea forever, and they had always they were trying to find what director, so they finally went with Antoine Fuqua, but they always were trying to find the best people to make this movie, and they came across Jafar Jackson, and they came to him with the idea about him potentially playing the role of Michael in this movie, and he never had any interest in acting, and he never even thought about seeing himself in that role. And whatever. And what I appreciate about that, and I think a lot of people would look at that as just like, oh, well, you gave a job to someone that never had, the vision of wanting to even see themselves doing that, when there are plenty of actors out there that have been working their whole entire life for this thing and they don't get that opportunity. And I think, one, that's fair. That's a valid criticism. But at the same time, you also got to give flowers to the people when they deserve them, because he definitely put in the amount of work. He trained for 2 years, and I mean that, and he actually was like, he worked alongside well, obviously because he's a director, but personally he worked alongside Antoine Fuqua to master these scenes, especially the Billie Jean scene.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen? You can put a clip of it in the video,
Ooh.
but the comparison between the two is actually nuts. It is insane how he was able to just like perfectly line up, and just like they kept reshooting the scenes because Jafar was so like specific about certain things, like of the way a finger looked, of just making sure this whole the whole entire sequences were like almost identical to the original. And that is what is just so incredible to me, that how dedicated he was to the performance. And on top of being able to master Michael on stage, he just gave a really good emotional performance. And honestly, I think they held back on Jafar giving a little bit more emotion, which I'm excited to see him in the sequel if they end up doing. I hate saying sequel. That sounds like so childish for like a biopic. Just another biopic. I feel like the story is going to be so different that it's not even like a sequel. It'll technically be a sequel, but I think Jafar definitely has what it takes. He is so good 100%. In this movie. He is so good.
Like, I think first off, I do like. There's a part of me that's just like, okay, yeah, someone who's been an actor for years. It's their craft. They've been honing it.
Yeah.
They should have been awarded the part or given the part or whatever. But at the same time, first off, at least from what I've read, again, I don't know, internet can be whatever it wants to be. So maybe this isn't completely factual or whatever. But like, Jafar was borderline raised like under Michael early on. Michael, from what I read, like taught him different ways of like strengthening his vocal cords and training him to sing, and like he followed in his footsteps, and he stayed by his side for a long time. And, it was like another one of Michael's kids.
Yeah.
And first off, I'm sorry if you're not. I think that he was meant for the role. Like, whatever anybody
100%.
Nepotism. Who cares? You have someone who lived under Michael in that kind of way, like being brought up by him.
Yeah.
To whatever extent is actually true. Because again, I don't think he said it himself. So anything on the internet can be falsified. But like that he was raised and trained and had like his singing trained by Michael.
Well, he said Jafar had lived on Neverland. He had like stayed at the that amusement park for a good part of his childhood, just as all like Michael Jackson and the kids that stayed there. And he grew up there, and he grew up in the actual home, the Jackson estate, which is the actual home that they show in the movie. They actually shot on location. But I think that keeping it in the family, but I really do think that because like Jafar, what Michael Jackson was to like music and performing, like with that amount of dedication of getting everything 100% correct, doing everything that he possibly could to change the game, to do all that kind of stuff. It was the same exact motive that Jafar had with his performance as Michael, just getting everything perfect because he really wanted to like master Michael. He didn't want to just do his own thing. He didn't want to do his own interpretation of Michael or try new things. He wanted to really be as authentic as possible with his performance, but also respect the icon and the king of pop himself, which Michael
is part of the reason why I think no one else could have done the role.
Like, no, I
think it had to have been Jafar.
I really don't think there was another person,
because of what I said, where like he grew up his childhood on Neverland on their estate. He lived with Michael. He was trained under him for some time, for a little bit. Again, from what I read, Jafar would know that.
Yeah.
Like he would know that that's exactly what Michael would do. That Michael would be insistent on having something be perfect.
Yep.
So like if a different person played Michael in the movie, they wouldn't have been so careful as to get a finger down to the exact point of reference from the original concert or whatever they based it off of.
Yep.
It just wouldn't have happened.
Nope.
And it couldn't have been anybody else. So
no, it couldn't have been. I really don't think.
People can complain about nepotism all they want. People can complain about nepotism all they want, but I genuinely don't think that the movie would not have been the same. in the slightest.
No,
not just like oh well, it would have been a little bit. It literally just would not have been.
No, it wouldn't
have
been. Movie. It wouldn't have been the same.
He had all of his mannerisms down to a science.
Everything.
All of his nervous antics.
Yep.
All of his anxiety.
His voice.
Thing, the voice.
I mean, the voice is like stupid. How good it is.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's like. I'll be honest in saying that I don't think Jafar Jackson. I think people are overreacting about him looking exactly like Michael Jackson. I don't think he looks exactly like Michael.
I don't think he does either, but he embodies him
exactly.
Perfectly,
he does, and
yes, and that's
even
why
on the stage in the movie,
I
thought it was like throughout moments, it really thought I was watching Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But I think sacrificing looks based on performance and being able to master mannerisms is like I would so much prefer that rather than having an actor that looks almost identical. Even though Jafar does, he shares a lot of similarities to Michael. Mm-hmm. To Michael Jackson, I don't think he looks exactly like him. So I think a lot of people are overreacting a little bit about that, or over-exaggerating. But
it could also just be based on how we're explaining it. They're just explaining it differently. Like they're saying that he looks just like him. What we're saying is that he embodies Michael to perfection.
Exactly.
So they could be thinking of it as embodies, but saying it
in a different way. That's true.
Yeah, so
that's true.
Like in my opinion, you're right. I don't think he looks like Michael Jackson.
He doesn't.
But he, in every way, encapsulates who Michael is.
Yeah. Oh no.
Which makes 100%. Me, when we were watching it, it made me think that I was just watching Michael.
Especially the last scene. I don't want to spoil the ending or what song they play, but holy moly! I mean, you probably already know by now what they do, but it's crazy. So what I was gonna say though, do you know who? I think his name is it Fabio or Fabio Jackson, the impersonator online?
Yeah.
He's like, no offense if he's watching this or his team, he's kind of just a little bit in over his head about it. Like I know that's his job is impersonating, but I recently saw this video of him and someone was like videoing him and asking him a question, and they basically were just like, so this whole entire persona that you've made of yourself, that you're impersonating Michael Jackson, you made yourself look like Michael Jackson, it's like, do you feel is that there's like a lot of pressure on that? And he's like, yes, a lot of pressure. And people were just like, oh my gosh, dude's talking like Michael handed him the flame when he died. It's just like, dude, calm down. And he has apparently he actually auditioned for the movie, and his audition tape is hilarious. It's so funny.
It's out there for people to watch.
I think so. I think he posted it on his socials. I think it's him.
I'll have to watch that
singing,
later.
And it's like, no offense.
All offense.
Yeah. We made a couple jokes about it when we were on our trip for the movie, and we kept asking like the people that had invited us was like, is Fabio Jackson gonna be or Fabio? I forget one of the. It's very close to his name.
Fabio.
I think it's Fabio Jackson. Is Fabio Jackson going to be at any of these things? And they were like, can't say anything on it, but we have certain feels about Fabio Jackson. And then he ended up being at the U.S. premiere of the movie. He got to meet Jafar Jackson.
Yeah,
I also got to meet Jafar Jackson. I shook his hand.
Lucky.
But
I'm actually insanely jealous.
I got my signed poster in there.
I'm not normally jealous of the trips that you get to go on and the people that you meet. This one I'm specifically jealous of.
Yeah, that was cool. I don't get to meet a lot of people, so that was pretty cool. I get to be around a lot of people.
Get to meet a lot of people.
I don't. You'd be surprised how little. Well, okay, comparatively, I do.
Yeah. Comparatively.
Yeah, comparatively.
I just sit in my dungeon at home and edit his videos.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as a movie, I mean, I really like it as a biopic, and I really have a good time with it. I do have a couple complaints. I really do wish that I feel like a lot of scenes, I love the well, now we're gonna get into kind of spoiler territories, but not really, because they're in a little bit of the trailer. But
I'll try to timestamp this episode, so if you do want to miss the spoilers, it'll cut to if you want to do the whole timestamping thing, it'll cut to when we start talking about the sequel of what it could look like. So
but the Beat It montage where he's teaching the gang members to dance, that scene's awesome. I really love that scene. But then it kind of gets cut, and like we only get to see like a little bit of it, and I was like, it would have been so cool if we got a little bit, like just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And then we got to the thriller scene, and then they filmed like the whole entire thriller scene, and then it kind of just like ended, and we didn't get to see like a whole bunch. Like I thought we were gonna actually get to see more of the and it probably would have made the movie a little bit longer, but I don't know. I think there was just a couple moments that were cut a little bit too short that I wish they would have made it a little bit longer. Like this movie was only 2 hours. It could have easily been 2.5. I know they liked that shorter number because it definitely adheres to a broader audience, which actually the movie's made a ton of money. I think it actually broke. I think it's now the highest grossing, not highest grossing, but the highest opening weekend for a biopic.
That's good.
I think it made like $270 million. So
one third of the way there to the sequel.
Exactly. It'll make its money back. It'll make its money back
sure
and more. I'm sure it'll hit close to $1 billion, if not 800 million.
800,000.
Yeah, 800,000.
You know, cruising.
But and now we can get into a lot of the reasons why a lot of people don't particularly like this movie, and they think that there's not enough like emotional impacts. Like, oh yeah, cool. Like we just see Michael Jackson doing stuff. We just see him on stage. We just see him singing. We just see him blah blah blah. But there isn't like that. Like there isn't much. Like we don't learn too much about Michael. Like I heard a couple people saying like, oh, we learned that he had a llama, that he had a giraffe, that he had a monkey, or a chimpanzee, and a snake. Like we learned like little stuff about him. We learned that his dad was, mildly abusive in the movie.
Okay.
Which is
like if you believe that he was mildly abused, you should also seek help.
Not mildly abused, but I think they what they mean by that is like they just throw like. Okay,
his dad sprinkled it in the movie.
His dad belted him, and that's all we really get to see. And then we get to see his manipulative side of him a little bit more. And I think they focus a bit on that as like one of the main emotional impacts of the film. But we don't really get to see, like I mentioned earlier, it would have been cooler to see Jafar Jackson have more emotionally impactful scenes. But I think that they really wanted to go in that route of just making this a love letter to Michael Jackson and how he was on stage. Even though the movie was originally supposed to end, or the third act of the movie was supposed to get into the allegations, which I made a video talking about it that you can go check out on my other YouTube channel. But I think that ending, if they'd have made the third act how they originally were going to, in which they dive a little bit into the controversies around Michael Jackson, I think it would have had such a bad ending. I think the ending would have been, I think it would have been so overstuffed, and it wouldn't have given us enough time to breathe. And then it would have ended in the way that people don't want like movies to end, in which it like sets up a sequel. At least with this movie, it ends in the way that this was the beginning of Michael Jackson's career. He finally was able to get out of the manipulative hands of his father, and then he's finally be able to pursue his solo career without having this backing of the Jackson 5 and his dad. And he's finally able to do that. And that's how the movie ends. If we didn't get a sequel, that would be fine with me. Like, I don't think like I'm like desperately needing to see more of like, I mean, it would be nice to see more of the controversial side of Michael unfold, because there's definitely a lot to it. And it would definitely make for a very emotional sequel. And I think that if they go in the right direction, it can actually be like a character study rather than it being a movie that's trying to highlight the big parts of Michael Jackson, like his performing, even though that is like one of the biggest parts of him was like his performing, which they can touch on a bit in the sequel. But I think that there's so much they can do with a potential sequel.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, backtracking just a tiny bit, when you were talking about how you wish that they focused on more of like the musical things in the movie, like how you wish they showed more of Thriller and more of Bad, and or I'm sorry, not Bad, Beat It. I think that I don't think it was necessary.
What?
Them showcasing more.
Oh, okay. You don't think so?
I think what they did was perfectly fine.
Okay.
I don't think the movie was about the music. I think it was about Michael.
True.
So if they did more on like, him dancing with the gang members and doing that, I mean, it was because I've again, since I had to watch so many clips to do your videos, like I think what they were just trying to do was give a visual representation to like current takes on the popularized music videos from past without making them like the focal point, because like people are already kind of comparing this movie to being a concert rather than a movie. I feel like if they focus too much on adding more of the music like the music portion, it wouldn't even be a movie.
Yeah.
So I think them keeping it like brief and concise is good. And also something I thought that was really cool was the whole thriller sequence. The way that it was edited in the movie was perfectly timed with how it happened in the music video. Like
except for like a couple things.
I mean, they like pivoted the camera for the movie. Like they showed different angles. Like they actually showed the set and the people. But what I mean is like if like Michael Jackson is on the screen for the music video, and then like Jafar Jackson is on screen in the movie, they both have the same expression at the same time doing the same thing. And then if this one pans away to like the studio that's recording the music video at the time, and the music video is still going on with like Michael Jackson, and then they cut back to the scene, they are perfectly in sync on the dime. Perfect. So I think the way they did it was really good. And I think the Beat It specifically, that scene, I think that was insanely well done.
Oh yeah.
Even like I mean, even like length though, like it doesn't need anything else. Because it took the idea of them rehearsing and combined it with the visuals of the actual music video. Which I think that was like summarized really well. I don't think it needed more. I do agree that in some instances it is like kind of cut off, but I also think that's the point. I think that the point of it was like we're being taken on the ride of like Michael. We're not trying to visualize like because Michael's, as you said it in the beginning, Michael's whole thing was like moving on to the next thing, getting bigger, better, stronger, doing more, being the next big thing. I feel like the fact that it doesn't linger on each individual thing that he does just showcases the fact that that's him. He's just pushing to do the next thing all the time.
For sure.
And then what was the other thing that you talked about? Because I lost my train of thought when I was going back. People don't like the movie, or something about dabbling into the. I think I agree with you on the whole. They chose the good ending for this one. I don't think that they should have dabbled into the like the allegations and all that stuff. I think that would have been.
It just would have really made it convoluted.
It would have like
it just made it
total shift.
Yeah,
like,
total shift.
The whole movie was this kind of like this. You're taking a ride. You're getting to like this peak. If they would have thrown the allegation in there, it would have went like from a steady to a spike and then just plummeting down to nothing because the movie ended. I think that would have been horrible. This way, we at least have. If this is the only one, which I really hope it is, and I really hope there is a second one.
Oh, me too.
Whether or not it's classified as a sequel, but if there's another one that's made, even if there isn't, I think they kind of gave Michael Jackson like the Hollywood treatment in the sense of like they finished the movie on an upswing instead of on a downturn. They finished it on a high note, which I think is perfect. I think that'd be like a perfect send off. If this were to be the last one, I do think there will be a second one.
There probably will be. I mean, why wouldn't they?
It will undoubtedly make enough money for them to justify doing one.
Without question.
It will. Like it just will.
It will. It'll make.
Come back to this video in like a month, and I guarantee
it'll make a lot of money. And honestly, the bad reviews that it's getting, that's honestly, I don't even know. Usually that makes it worse because people are just like, I'm not gonna go see that. It got bad reviews, but I think people are gonna be interested in like, why did the Michael Jackson biopic get terrible reviews?
I think it's gonna work in our favor. For getting a sequel.
And it's already, like I said, it made I think it was $270 million, or maybe it was 217, and I'm like kind of flipping those numbers, but that's crazy for an opening weekend and just in general. So that's awesome
for any kind
and
of
it's
movie.
Exactly. And it's only going
to
make more money. And like I really like a biopic that like does something different, and I'm not saying that this movie does something different because I don't think it does. Like I said, I think it's very much like one of the most biopics of all time. It follows, you know, an icon from their very early stages as a kid, and as they grow up, and it sees that like that is basically what almost all biopics are,
Yeah.
especially in the today's day and age. But I really like a biopic that like understands that it can be something a little bit more spontaneous. Like Rocket Man was a really good one, even though that did very much did a very similar thing of it's showing, you know, him as a kid growing up, going through a lot of trauma and all that stuff. But it made the movie a musical,
Mhm.
and it moved differently. It was shot very differently comparatively to a lot of, you know, biopics. I really like Tick Tick Boom. That
Mhm.
one's great. That is such an underrated biopic, I think. I think it is such an awesome and fun movie. One that came out last year, one of my favorites, and might be my favorite biopic. It's between that or Tick Tick Boom, but I love um uh Deliver Me from Nowhere.
Mhm.
The Bruce Springsteen one, which a lot of people don't like, but I like that movie so much. I love it. I think it is such a good movie because it's a biopic, but it's not it's a character study that I didn't really when I was watching that movie. I mean, yeah, obviously it was Bruce Springsteen, but it was this movie that was just dissecting a character and just you know, a man and his emotions, and that's what the movie was about. And it didn't like focus heavily on trying to be like a concert film. So I really like that, and I think that if they go in that route for the sequel of making it this character study, understanding someone, really diving into his beliefs, his religion, his character of this of how he, you know, brought life to people and how he loved children, how he loved people, how he just loved the idea of purely loving someone, something, just anything, purely because that's just the right thing to do of just
Mhm.
loving people. And I hope that that's how they go on the route of, and they did that in this movie too. I mean, they did that, you know, showing. I really love the scene with him in the Jackson Five, and they're playing at like the carnival, and he goes up to the little girl in the wheelchair and just is like serenading her. It's just it
Mhm.
was such a good scene. Like you could see like her just so happy, and he's just, you know, that's just they did kind of like point out that kind of those kind of characteristics of Michael, and that he just cared about people. Obviously, he had very exotic pets, and he just loved them. He referenced them as his friends, not his pets or not his animals. And I do hope that they go in that route because the sequel could genuinely be so many different things. They could go in the same route of doing how they do this because it makes money, or they can, you know, take a risk and make something that is emotionally impactful to really truly help people understand Michael Jackson more on a deeper level, more
Yeah.
than him just being a you know, one of not one of, but like the greatest singer of all time.
Argue not even well, yeah,
Yeah.
like just like without a doubt,
Yeah.
indisputable.
Mhm.
I did the math on it. Um, even now,
Mm.
and I don't know how much of the money goes to the family because you know, like distributors and
Mhm.
whatever they take their cuts, and I don't know if the math already deducts what the streaming services and whatever take from it. But if we just go based off of Spotify, not including, you know, Pandora or Apple Music or YouTube Music or
Mhm.
Amazon has their own streaming service for music too, like not including any of those, just Spotify,
Yeah, yeah.
they make like $100,000
That's
a
crazy.
day
That's crazy.
off of his music being
That's
streamed.
nuts. I think
100,000,
he's
and
still
that's on the low end
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because the range I read it's like the monetary value for streams. It's like every million streams you get from like 3,000 to 5,000.
Oh,
So
okay.
on the low end,
Mhm.
that's 100 grand a
Oh,
day.
wow.
Because his music gets streamed 35 million
Yep.
times a day on Spotify.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
So like, dude, and like, can we not like let's not glaze over the fact that all of this happened before any ounce of social media existed.
Oh, yeah, no.
This dude dominated the planet
Yep.
with like the most low resolution, shitty internet connectivity, or not internet, but like cable
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for TV,
Yep.
and like dominated the world.
dominated. I mean, seriously, I think he had like 4 billion people watching him at one point. Like that's insane.
I think it's still one of the highest, if
oh
not
yeah,
the highest, like concurrent watches at the same time.
Yep. It's nuts. I mean, I recently read somewhere, I don't know what statistics it's based off of, but he's still I think he's number 3 most like popular singer currently. And
who are the two above?
I think it was Justin Bieber and what was it, Taylor Swift or something, but it's based on like recent metrics.
I guess that makes sense.
But number 3, for a man that's been dead for 17 years, yeah, that's 17 years. Absolutely insane. That's still that's basically number 1. I mean, that's
would be crazy.
Like Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift, or whoever the two. I know Justin Bieber was one of them, but they are not above Michael. They are not above Michael.
No, but you know what would be insane? Now that I'm thinking about this, the sequel is like perfectly timed to come out on the 20th anniversary of his passing.
Oh wow!
Because he passed away I think he passed away in
2009.
May. Was it May?
I think it was.
It was 2009.
Yeah.
Was it like May?
Was it May? I'll just look it up. I didn't think it was May.
I know his birthday's in like August, isn't it? Because I know he was almost 51, but he was a couple months off from turning 51, so he died when he was 50.
He died.
I'm pretty sure it was May, like
June
20.
June 25th,
oh, it was June.
And he was born in August.
See, I was gonna say May 25th, so I added off by a month. But
August
still,
29th, he was born.
Regardless, dude. I mean, this movie released. I think that it's not impossible for us to get the sequel by the 20th anniversary of his passing.
Oh no, actually, and
I feel like it's like perfectly timed for it.
What's so cool, and you can maybe like try to look up these images because they're online, but they actually, well, recently they the whatever Lionsgate, Universal, all their whatever they're promoting on TikTok and Instagram, they post a video, and I was like, this better not fucking be AI, I swear to God, because it was Jafar wearing the red Thriller jacket doing the popcorn meme where he's like eating it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that better not be AI. But no, they have filmed so much. They filmed Neverland scenes. That picture that has been surfacing around line, that's actually not Jafar, it's a stand-in. So I don't know if Jafar has done any of those scenes yet on Neverland, because they had filmed, because like I said, they were gonna have those scenes in the third act. So they actually filmed on the Neverland property because it's still around. I don't think it's still in production or still in what's the word? Still in
like
it's still in use. I think they still have people working to keep it in touch, but they did film on there. And in one of the makeup on the makeup trailers, there was a picture that was taken of Jafar getting his makeup done for a scene in the movie. And in the background, they have like all like the test images of like all of the different like Michaels. And there was one of him as a scarecrow from The Wiz, of Jafar as the Wiz. So they have filmed like a good amount of stuff, because that was like, I forget when, I think The Wiz came out right around like when Thriller came out. So that was like a whole huge thing that Michael did that they didn't really incorporate in the movie at all, even mention it, which, by the way, I love how Michael loved film. Like we could do an episode talking about his short films, because even though there's a lot, but maybe do like a couple part series on it, because I would love to deep dive into him. I rewatched Thriller, which Thriller is just, it is a classic. It is so good. Man, I got something in my eye that just won't come out. It's like really annoying me. But anyways, the Thriller short film is it's so iconic. It's so good. And it's like really creepy too. Like, I mean, it's genuinely one of the best short films that's ever been made. Just how like stylistically Michael was able to envision things, and how you can like just see his love of the craft of film. And I do love how they incorporated that into the Michael biopic of just him watching films with his mom and him getting inspiration.
We also talked about it in the movie, didn't he? Didn't he say that he like wants to make short films?
Oh yeah, no. Well, they never. So Michael Jackson didn't like calling them music videos, even though they do have like the music video segment like Thriller does, and how the Beat It one does, or sorry, Bad. He never liked mentioning them as
music videos.
Music videos. he like calling them short films because that's what he wanted to do. And I mean, he's made so many. Like I just watched the Bad, because I didn't know that there was a Bad short film. I knew that he had made some longer formed like music videos, which is how I always just kind of reference them because of the Thriller music video, which is the one that I always watched when I was a little kid.
Michael Jackson was actually the first music video I ever, like a Michael Jackson song. Was the first.
I remember watching it on the iPad. Was it iPad Nano?
Nano, yeah, the red one that I had was a Gen 3 iPod Nano. Yeah,
iPod.
Yeah. What did I say?
iPad.
Well, I corrected myself.
Yeah, iPod Nano, right?
Yeah, it was.
Is it a Nano?
Yeah.
Like that was, but that was like the bigger rectangle one.
So
is that still called the Nano?
The Nano went through like a bunch of different.
Because like there's like
sizes.
a pocket one with like the clip that you put. That's like
that's the
big.
shuffle. That's the
shuffle. Yeah.
But the iPod Nano was like it had like a small thin version, and then the Gen 3 that I had was like
you had the whole Thriller album on it.
Yeah. But the first music video that I ever purchased was "Leave Me Alone."
Oh, that's
Michael
such
Jackson.
a good music video.
Like the Elephant Man, I think, was in it, right? Or like a depiction of
I think
Man.
depiction. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. But just so many good videos. I love that video. It brings back so many memories in the condo, dude. I remember like specifically watching the Thriller music video. I was trying to do a headstand, and you were just sitting there with it, and I started watching it on the iPad.
Yeah, you were for what I do remember that actually. Yeah, you were just trying to do a headstand or a handstand for whatever reason.
I was like super like wanted to get that handstand done, and nostalgia. But
it's crazy though, because like
everyone also remembers where they were when Michael Jackson died.
I know exactly where I was.
Yeah, I know exactly where I was too. Were we in the same room?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was in the condo.
It was in the condo.
Right. We were like sitting on the wooden floor right in front of our
in front of the TV.
bunk bed.
Were we in front of the bunk bed? Or okay, you know what? I think we were.
Our bunk bed was in that corner of the room, and we were just like sitting there.
I think we were in the bedroom, and then Mom called us down. Because it was on the news.
Yeah.
Because I remembered us being in front of the TV, but it's probably like that happened right after.
It was like right after, I think. But that's where I was.
It was so sad. I mean, so like, it's not something that's like, I'm not like proud of the thing that I'm about to say or whatever. It's nothing like that. What I'm saying is like, I don't cry a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing that I don't cry a lot. And I'm a lot better about it now. What I like leading
cry more, pussy.
Leading into it, I just meant like, it's not good to suppress your feelings.
Yeah.
Is all I meant. But like, that was the first time I like completely broke down. And like that, like I was 12. I was 12. And Michael Jackson and his music had such an impact on me at that age that I broke down when he died.
Yeah. Michael Jackson just had that like
he had such a grasp on the planet.
I don't want this to sound like blasphemous or anything, so just take this with a grain of salt. But as far as human beings go, I don't think Michael Jackson has he has never given there is almost every single celebrity out there, despite how like nice they are. I mean, I'm sure there are great ones, but there's always some part of them that just like someone doesn't like. But I think it's like God, Jesus, and Michael.
Yeah. Okay.
I like as far as like I was getting to the blasphemous part.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, as far as him being a godly man and being someone that genuinely cared about people, and people just like everyone knew him. I think you were just born like with that default setting of knowing who Michael Jackson is. Like I really don't think that there is like anyone that doesn't know who he is.
God.
Am I wrong though?
Jesus. Michael Jackson.
Am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
I don't.
He followed in God's footsteps. He was a godly man. I mean, he was just.
Actually, that was where we can get into like talking about potential sequel stuff, allegations, and all that kind of stuff. He actually like brought that up, and I don't know if it was like a disposition or like an interview or something like that when it came to the allegations, but they started talking about like what his deal was with kids or whatever, and like he said it himself. He's like, well, I was raised under like the teachings of Jesus, and Jesus says to surround yourself with innocence and surround yourself with
he says that he sees the eyes of God in children. Like that's how he described
innocence
it.
pure,
it's just purity, innocence.
So I mean, his whole outlook on life, it was all like a religious view, and he just seeked the purity in everything that there was.
I think the world is just so far down the shitter that the concept of someone even saying that they like children is just automatically looked at as just creepy. Like, obviously, yeah, there are ways of people saying that where it sounds creepy, and yeah, it's a very fair thing to be
cautious of.
But I think that the world has gone so far left that not in a political way, just so far opposite of just like what people have.
Like way out of left field.
Exactly. That's how I meant it when I said it. But just, I think Michael, he was so pure that he could say that stuff. I mean, he would even say, like, when people, like, interviewers would just like berate him or ask him of just like how, you know, inappropriate it is of having a kid sleep in his bed, and then the way that he would answer those questions is just like, well, I let the kids sleep in my bed and I sleep on the couch or on the floor. And, you know, and sometimes I have sleep, like, and then, or he would say, even if I did sleep in the bed, it'd be okay. Like, like, no one who is actually guilty of something like that would ever say something like that.
Yeah, no.
Because when he says it, he doesn't think of it in that way. He is simply just, he loves being able to be there for people and try to help people when they can't. Because he comes from a childhood of not having a childhood. He celebrated his first Christmas in 1993.
Yeah.
He didn't have a childhood.
No.
That's crazy to think. As godly of a man he was, never celebrated Christmas until it was 1993 because his dad was taking him all over the world to do this music stuff. He didn't have a childhood. So he wants to protect children from that stuff. His dad was like, I mean, as much as he...
I saw someone say... I saw someone say that Michael Jackson's dad looks like the villain in Hello Neighbor, that horror game.
Yeah, his dad is definitely a very creepy, just like man. definitely villainous.
You know what's crazy? And like this is just again amplifying the whole godliness is blasphemous, but like saying
what do you mean?
Saying that he's godly is blasphemy. Like
a godly person?
No, like I'm just saying, like on that echelon tier that you put him at before, but like as like a godly man, someone who favored religion and was, you know, like despite all of the shit that his dad put him through and all of the beatings, because I've seen clips, I've heard discussions from Michael, there were beatings.
Oh yeah.
Not like this little sprinkle that we had in the movie. It's so wrong. Like the amount of shit that I'm sure all of them had to go through. Like all of the brothers.
Yep. I'm sure Michael probably got it the most.
He got the brunt of it for sure. But he still loved his dad.
Oh, of course.
Like
he was scared of him, though.
Indisputably loved him.
Yeah.
Though. And like, regardless of everything that happened, still wanted like that connection.
Yep.
And this was actually like one of the saddest things that I'm like not getting choked up, but I kind of am at the same time. This was like one of the last clips that I saw while I was doing your last video, and it was an interview of his dad after he passed away. And we're getting like deep into we're getting deep into the what's the
allegations,
like, Illuminati, and like all the conspiracy theories and whatever behind all of this. But like Michael apparently, like before he passed, reached out to his dad or like tried to reach out to his dad for help, because he knew that if there was anybody that could get him out of whatever situation this is, it was him. And the people that Michael got in contact with to get in touch with his dad kept saying that his dad was unreachable. And his dad definitely wasn't unreachable. And he talked about that in the interview. He's like, I would have been there in a heartbeat. No one let me know.
The dad?
His dad
would have been there
to help him, to help figure out whatever situation it was that he was in. It's just, there's so much shit. There's so much shit to this.
There is,
like Michael Jackson, the lore, like all like the conspiracy theories that go behind it. Like I saw court cases where they discussed how the doctor that prescribed and like admitted the medicine to help Michael sleep did it completely incorrectly, and it was insanely volatile and really dangerous. And
that's why he's in prison.
And that's also why Michael's dead. unfortunately. Like,
that is why he's dead. But I think that it goes deeper. I think someone hired the doctor to do
oh
that.
yeah, no, that what I'm saying though is like the setup was so jank that no certified doctor would do that.
Yep.
Like every doctor knows not to administer medicine that way.
If Michael was the bad person that they say that he would still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
He would still be here.
Yeah.
Evil walks.
Mm-hmm.
Good lies.
Yeah. The other thing too, and I didn't include this one in the intro of your video that I edited, mainly because I just thought that the intro was like taking too long.
Yeah.
I wanted it to just get into the video. There was another, apparently the doctor, I can't remember his name. The CM is his abbreviation. The doctor.
I don't know.
Whatever his name is. He apparently this was weird.
Mm-hmm.
He like recorded one of the last conversations between him and Michael.
Yeah.
On a phone. As he administered the medicine. And I don't know if it was like the exact last conversation. It came up in the court cases though.
Uh-huh.
And Michael was talking about how he wanted to do this last tour and like the money was going to be used to build a children's hospital so that everybody who's going through like cancer treatments or all that kind of stuff would have this like they would like because he was talking about how like kids are sick because they're depressed because of the chemo, because they're in these hospitals all the time. They can't have a childhood, and all he wants to do is he called them his angels. He just like I just want to protect my angels. And that was like the This Is It tour, his like comeback concert or tour that he was gonna have was at least I believe I'm remembering correctly. It was to build the like children's hospital. To do that, to be able to take care of his little angels. And that was like the last conversation that was recorded with his doctor. And he like was talking about how he felt like God was calling him to do it. God was calling him to do this last tour to take care of the angels and do all that kind of stuff. And then he like petered out and didn't say anything. And then the doctor said, "Michael, are you okay?" And he just goes, "Sleepy."
Oh.
And then that was where like the recording ended.
Yikes.
So it's just, dude, doing that video was like gut wrenching. I listened to that so many times over and over and over again. And it was just killing me.
It's a very sad situation. I mean, Michael Jackson should still be here. He should still be here.
He would be what now? 60?
He'd be
69. I think he'd be 69.
Because he died at 52.
He was 50.
50.
I'm pretty sure he was about to have his 51st birthday when he died.
Then he wouldn't be 69. It wasn't 19 years.
Well, you're right. That was 17 years.
67.
So he'd be like 67, 68. Depending on 67.
Yeah.
I think.
But yeah, no, I mean, Michael Jackson definitely did what he wanted to do, and that's change the world. I mean, he changed music forever. I mean, no, there will never be. I don't think
there will be a single person at all through the rest of the course of
that
human history that does that. But what I meant was like I don't think there will be a single human being that is born on Earth from now until the end of humanity that will not know who Michael Jackson is.
Nope,
and everybody will know who he is.
I don't think people have that passion that Michael did. Like I think people have passion, but Michael had something that was so just like. Well, one, he did what he wanted. Like he loved film, so he made short films. He just loved doing that. And I was going to mention this earlier when we were talking about his short films, but I just recently watched Bad, which I never seen the full short film. Which that short film has the famous Michael Jackson meme sticker where it's like him looking. He's like, I can't even mimic his face, but he's just like. And the camera pans by his face, and it's like black and white. You'll look it up. You'll know what I'm talking about. Just look up Michael Jackson's face meme or whatever. But it comes from that movie. But I didn't know this until very recently that Martin Scorsese directed that short film.
Oh, really?
The Bad short film. Yeah, I didn't know that. So that was around the time that that was like Taxi Driver, and so it was really cool. And you could definitely when you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, Martin Scorsese definitely directed this. So I think that's really cool that he worked with some, prolific directors and did all that stuff. And he just really loved that. I mean, he cameoed in one of the Men in Black movies as Agent M. So I think that I think Michael Jackson just did something so just did so many different things with the industry. He wasn't just someone that made music. He was.
And I think that's the difference between like him and a lot of people now is that like you were saying like, oh well, people aren't as passionate. I think they are. They just don't have the same passion. Michael's passion wasn't music. Michael's passion was changing the world, and music was his like avenue to do that.
Exactly.
Where a lot of people now they're just like, I really like music, so I'm gonna make music.
Well, exactly. And Michael Jackson, he made music for everyone. And I like whenever I listen to one of his songs, it's really is his music is for everyone. There isn't like one song that he's made that's like for a specific like race or anything. It's his music for everyone. They even mention that in the movie. It's just like I don't make black music, I don't make white music, I make music for everyone. And I think that that's really cool because I think there's so many artists now that just make music that's only for like specific people. And like or very like anyone can enjoy it, but it's definitely very much just like
a targeted demographic.
Yes, but everyone loves Michael Jackson. Everyone loves his music, and he did so many things. Like he did like rock. I mean, he got like one of the greatest guitar players of all time. I don't know his name, but like to be in the Beat It song, it's just like he just did so many cool things with his career, and I think like he will definitely go down. I mean, it would like I'm trying to think like in 400 years from now, do you think people are gonna like is he gonna be like the Beethoven?
In a sense, yeah. I mean, it's two completely different like musical outlooks, but I kind of
because in 400 years
I can see people.
No more people in the world will have known Michael. Like there won't be one person on Earth that at least people now.
100 years won't.
Well, I know. I just said 400 years is like a bigger number. But in 100 years, like there will be no one on this like Earth that has met Michael or knows Michael. Like there is no one that will know Michael by that time. So in 400 years, it'll give it some time for people to still like look back onto Michael. So it'll be cool. I think he will. I think Michael Jackson will stand the test of time. I think he will still be one of the, if not the most just important artist of the world.
This is surprisingly one of the things that I just didn't find out when I was doing research for the video or whatever, but do you know where his son's name Blanket came from? I know that he changed. Well, I know that they changed their name. Their name is, I think their name is Biggie now. Yeah. It's not Blanket anymore, but
I don't
I don't know where, like, I know that like we live in a day and age where like super unique and names like that or whatever are like kind of weird, but I think Blanket is such a cool unique name.
I know it's definitely something that Michael Jackson would pick because like his other kid's name is Prince, and I wonder why he named him
Paris.
Prince. Oh yeah, Paris. Yep.
Which Paris is the goddaughter of Macaulay Culkin. Like Macaulay Culkin is Paris's godfather.
That's cool.
Which again kind of backs up the whole
is godmother.
No, Macaulay Culkin is Paris's godfather.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. That makes more sense. I was confused.
Yeah. No, Paris. Paris is younger.
Oh, okay.
And is Macaulay Culkin's.
Got it.
No.
Got
Macaulay Culkin. And I deep dove that as well because it just tied in with it dove in with the whole allegations thing. Macaulay Culkin doesn't do interviews on it anymore, I don't think, because like I think I forget who it was, but somebody asked him.
Well, he did it a long time ago when he was like a teenager. He mentioned.
I just mean recently, like someone. I think I forget who it was. It was another actor or someone they met in passing, and he wanted to talk about the allegations, and Macaulay Culkin just said, "Would you want to talk about your dead friend?" Like as a I don't really want to talk about that kind of stuff anymore. Like I don't want to keep bringing up my dead friend. Because that's who they were.
Exactly.
Like for a long stint of time, Michael Jackson and Macaulay Culkin were best friends.
Oh yeah.
That's like Macaulay Culkin considered him a best friend. They went on vacations together. They traveled together. They spent a lot of time on Neverland together. They were in music videos together. Movies. Well, I don't know if they were actually on movies, but I think Michael like spent time on set.
Probably.
When he was filming certain things and whatever. But like,
and he has come out saying that like Michael did nothing. Like Michael, he was never in any way made me uncomfortable. He never made any sort of remark or anything. He was always just friendly. He was always just there for me. Like he was just He was just a good man.
The other thing that he mentioned, which I think was funny, I can't remember what interview it was, but somebody asked him, "So, did you sleep in the same bedroom as Michael Jackson?" And he was like, "Yeah, but like everybody frames that question so weird.
Yeah,
like, sure,
I know.
yes, but you guys don't get it. His bedroom is 2 stories tall.
Yeah,
like his bedroom is bigger than like this building that we're in right now. Like, so yeah, sure, we slept in the same bedroom, but like you guys don't understand the gravity of what that is.
Yeah,
his room is bigger than most of your guys' houses.
Yeah,
so like
I know so many, and we've like there have been so many interviews with Michael Jackson. Like Oprah Winfrey, who she is just like. We don't got to get into her, but she has always been so just like judgmental and easily turns on people. Anyone that she had like previously been like on good terms with will just immediately just like she was all like there's pictures of Oprah and Michael, you know, being friendly with each other and just like, you know, smiling and just having fun. And then she'll interview him and just like call him Wacko Jacko and just like call out all the things and like ask him why he's white. Like, oh, are you trying not to be black anymore? It's just like people like just constantly were just making this man so uncomfortable, despite how many times he calls people out for that kind of stuff and tells them like, and like, I love hearing him talk because one, his voice is so soothing and so calming, but also
it's also not his real voice.
It's not his real voice.
He
is deep.
spoke that like it was a lot of I saw it a lot where like if deep voice mic came out, you knew you were in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the only time he ever talked about that, like talked like that rather, is when he was either being super serious or was with people that he could be really comfortable around. The reason he's maybe you know this, I'm sure you do, but and I'm sure a lot of you know this too. The reason he spoke in such a higher tone voice was to constantly keep his vocal cords in perfect condition to sing in the way that he needed to. So like even when he wasn't singing and he wasn't practicing, he was constantly honing his craft and making sure that he was perfect all the time. So it just became his natural speaking voice because it kept it within the range that was maintaining his vocal cords and not damaging them in any way. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
But yeah, Michael Jackson, his like soft voice when he's in those interviews and he's just like, it hurts my feelings. Like when you say stuff like that, it hurts my feelings. Don't you understand that? Like it hurts my feelings. I don't understand why people are so constantly obsessed with my looks. It's something that I can't help. It's just like when he talks about it, he sounds so like pure and innocent. Like just like someone's picking on this, like, and not to take away from his, you know, manlyhood, but like so almost like it sounds like almost like someone's like berating a little kid. Like just that someone that is just hurt by those words, like, and he
definitely not in the sense of like the allegations speak or whatever, but he was definitely a troubled person because of his upbringing.
Oh, for sure.
Because of the way he was raised. Like I am 99% positive that he had some form of like child PTSD.
Oh yeah.
Like absolutely. And that
definitely
like that
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
No, like it shows in like different interviews the way that he like went about his anxiety, how he was constantly nervous and worried, and the way he acted in certain ways. Like it screamed the fact that he definitely had that kind of PTSD.
Sure. I think he also just has autism a little bit.
Well, the reason I said that is because I kind of felt the same way, and obviously there's no way to know because people
just like his just all of the stuff he's done, kind of like not in a mean way, but just kind of like screams a little bit like autistic. Just everything's so perfect, and just like
the thing that I'm with the child PTSD. Sometimes they like mask each other, so like it could either have been autism or it could have been like the severe PTSD.
Got it.
Because they kind of show in like similar ways, like the antics and like you know how like someone will like anxiously just like tap their leg and like constantly be moving and like being really anxious and being really precise and finicky because, you know, if you're a kid and you go through that trauma, if you mess up anything, then you're going to get it. So you got to make everything perfect. So I did see a handful of things where people were talking about that online, and from what I read from what other people were saying. So again, take everything I say with a grain of salt, because the research that I did wasn't based on like studies that were done. It was people that were communicating.
Oh, for sure.
CPTSD and autism have like very similar tells, or like very similar like visual antics and like things that express themselves in sort of ways.
For sure.
But I definitely thought the same thing. What you were saying, like it yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think like the way he goes about talking, just kind of like he never gets himself super just angry. Like he tries not to. Like
I did see like the whole deep voice Michael thing.
Yeah.
I did see a clip where like someone was like berating his mom or something, and like they were in a limo, and you could see like him and Janet come out from the back of the limo going, "Don't you dare!" And the top comment was like, "Oh, they definitely heard deep voice Mike there."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean Michael Jackson, there's so much to talk about. Like I mean we could seriously go on and on and on about him, which is kind of like these movies. This biopic.
I promise you guys, you are not ready for the sequel when it happens. I don't care who you are. Unless you're the person writing the movie, there is absolutely no way for you to know exactly how this movie is going to go.
Nope.
There's a million different directions, and all of them are going to be gut-wrenching.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
Yep. I mean, I hope they go in the right. I hope they do something. Like I know there's some clause within the settlements that they had with one of Michael Jackson's accusers, which is why they had to cut the third act, because they had mentioned their name and they had someone portraying the kid that accused Michael. But they can 100% go about it in a way for the sequel to bring up all of these allegations without breaking any sort of like clause within these settlements. We don't need to know who accused Michael. I mean, we don't need to know that kind of stuff. We don't even need to get into that. We just need to get into just the end of Michael's life, his death, his, the big, like how they skip a little bit and get into the Michael Jackson as like how people were really seeing Michael Jackson performing. And like I said, they could open up the sequel with it basically letting us know exactly what this is going to be. They immediately tell the audience that, yep, Michael Jackson's dead. Like the movie's not going to be this whole entire journey leading up to Michael's death. We're going to start the movie out with Michael already being dead. And then we're going to like dissect this story to really understand it. There are countless amounts of ways they can go about making this sequel. And I just hope they do it right. Like I hope they do it right, because it should be something completely different than this biopic. It will be. It shouldn't try to be another concert film.
It's not going to be.
Yeah, it should be something that's like a character study.
I would be very surprised if they had any of like that like musical
me too. I think
theater or whatever
there would be
in the second one. Like,
it would definitely be too distracting as far as what the story would try to be telling. I think it could be cool to see how he was on set, like especially for like Smooth Criminal and other stuff like that. But I think it would be cool to see how these allegations started to affect his work ethic and all of that kind of stuff, because it really did put a damper on it. As soon as all these allegations came out about him in 1993 to 1994, it was just like, just saw a whole different side of Michael. Not side of Michael as far as him, but just like the world. As far as I'm concerned, I think most of the world still were on Michael's side.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then they made this Leaving Neverland movie, the documentary that followed two people, two of Michael's accusers, and then later came out saying that they spewed a bunch of lies in that documentary. Recently, the director of that documentary came out saying that Michael's worse than Jeffrey Epstein, just saying all this kind of crap just to save their ass is so performative and stupid. Worse than Jeffrey Epstein. Michael was literally trying to save kids from Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, that's
I don't know how true this is, but I did see people talking about like conspiracy or speculation where the reason why there were so many like the kids that he was protecting and they were hanging out at Neverland or whatever was to keep them off of Epstein's island.
Yeah, no,
which would make sense.
I mean, it would make sense.
A lot of pictures that you see of Michael Jackson are all of him smiling.
Yep.
Spreading peace and love, all his signature stuff that he does in pictures. And like the one picture that he has on Epstein Island, he was like,
is it on Epstein Island or is it just with I think it's
Epstein.
just with
I don't know
Epstein.
I don't know if it was on the island. I hope it wasn't. But like the one picture that is of him and Epstein,
it's just literally him just standing there.
He's like stone cold. I do not want to be here.
Yep.
I'm not in any way going to smile right now.
Yep.
Not to dive too deep into that, because
no, but I do like 100% believe that Michael didn't do any of that crap. I mean, just
No.
like
Well, I mean, any of the bad stuff.
the bad stuff.
Like he obviously had kids on Neverland.
Oh
and,
no,
like,
that stuff I
kind of
know.
stuff.
That
Yeah.
stuff he did.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like there's.
Yeah, but like the innocence.
But that's not
in
the
there.
important part. That's like
no,
okay.
But like the innocence.
Yeah, that's
in
why he
there
made
is-
Neverland so that kids can go. That kids can enjoy their life.
Yeah, I'm just saying like the evil stuff that.
Yeah,
is
all the evil stuff.
definitely-
No.
I'm positive that like there's a lot of conspiracies out there, but I think that the music industry, well, first off, the music industry is constantly out to get their artists.
Oh, yeah.
In every sense. They don't want anybody to be making money on anything. Like
Nope.
not to bring it back to Taylor Swift, but like cuz we mentioned her briefly
Yeah.
earlier, but like you know how Taylor Swift released the like the remix or like the remaster of an album that she
Yeah.
made now that she was released from the reason she did that is because she wasn't under the label anymore, so
Mhm.
they couldn't get any money off of it.
Yeah.
That because she was making all the money now.
Mhm.
Artists nowadays don't need labels because there's social media to promote their stuff on their own.
Ah.
And the problem with Michael in the eyes of Sony and all the people that were like producing his music was that he was getting way too powerful.
Mhm.
He got to a point where Michael owned half of Sony.
Oh yeah.
So he left Sony as an agent, like to
Mhm.
be a free agent, but he left Sony owning half of Sony.
Mm,
That dude,
that's crazy.
that's power.
Yeah.
And like that instills
Oh yeah.
a
No,
lot
he
of
had power.
that instills a lot of fear though,
Mm-hmm.
which like there's no doubt in my mind that some
Oh, for
some
sure.
portion of
he was
some portion of like music executives or some
he was
people,
taken out. He was taken out.
for sure.
He was taken out.
He
Did. He had way too much, not way too much power,
Not
like
too
in a
much
bad
power.
way, but
Like-
he literally he bought. I think he bought all of like the rights to, or like it had something to do with Elvis. Like he bought all of Elvis's what's the word? Like anything.
like the royalties.
I think it was all of Elvis's royalties.
like he owned the rights
Yeah.
to all of like the music,
and then
stuff.
he married his daughter.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
had
power
power.
move.
He had power. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the most insane power move. I'm gonna buy all
not
your
in a
dad's.
bad, not in a bad.
No. I'm gonna
because
buy
they talked about that very publicly in a lot.
Oh,
of
yeah,
interviews
yeah,
where
yeah.
they're like they married for love, not for anything else.
for sure.
Yeah.
Michael wouldn't do anything
no.
else for love.
Actually, I thought
Well-
that was a really that was kind of like a cute story. From what I heard, it was like apparently I don't know why I'm spacing on her name, but Elvis's daughter,
Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah, she would like go to Michael's concerts when she was a kid.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so when Michael was performing, she came as like a 7-year-old or something, and like they brought her backstage to hang out with Michael and talk and all that kind
Oh,
of
that's
stuff.
cool.
And so they they knew each other for a long time,
Mhm.
and then they cut contact for years.
Yeah.
And then Michael found out that she was. I think this was in the interview. He like found out that she was getting married to somebody else, and Michael was like, "That should be me." Like he said that in the interview.
Yeah.
And then 4 months after they had gotten like
Mm-hmm.
divorced or whatever, he sweeped it. He came in.
Yep. He's a player. But yeah, I mean, I think we could probably wrap this video here, but I think that was a good episode.
Yeah, no,
talking
I think so
about it.
too.
Yeah,
And
so I mean,
barely scratched the surface. So part
seriously,
two,
there's there's a lot
part
to
two
talk
when
about.
part 2 comes out.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
exactly.
the second movie comes out.
But maybe we will do an episode talking about his
his
short
short
films.
films.
I think that would be
Yeah.
cool actually to
I'd be down.
kind of deconstruct his vision about film. It'll just take a little bit of time, but that is definitely something that we could do. So maybe we do that.
I mean, if you want, we can do like some of his heaviest hits and do that for next week.
We could do that. Yeah,
Just
we
start,
could. Yeah,
start scratching the surface on it. Do
exactly.
like
do
bad
it while
thriller.
Michael's hot right now. But
right now, as
yeah,
if he's not.
I know.
always hot.
I know.
He's always up there.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that'll bring you to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of it. We will see you in next week's episode. See ya.
Bye.